Hello dear students, teachers and the viewers of our video lesson. Today we will discuss with you the vocabulary theme, British and American English, especially in the construction architecture field. And this video lesson is dedicated to the students of the specialty architecture and construction. If you are ready, let's begin. So, England and America are two countries divided by common language, was said by George Bernard Shaw. And you see, there are a lot of versions of English, yes, and the most common among them are British and American. And most people find some difficulties when using the words in these versions of English. That's why we should discuss today's theme. So try to translate the sentence. The meaning is one, the meaning is single, but the words used in the sentence are different. For example, the first one, I was waiting in a queue for the loo before getting some petrol for my lorry. When I realized that I left the hop on, the aubergines were probably burning. So if you use the word aubergines, lorry, queue, you can use in American English another words like bathroom, gas, eggplant, or lion. In some sentences you can see difference. When you are speaking some sentences or when you are doing a conversation with foreigner, it doesn't matter even whether you are using British accent, British English, or you are using American English. But it will be good for you when you are doing some writing tasks. As you know, there are a lot of people and nations who use English in their daily life. English is a native language and is learned as the first language in England, in the United States, in Australia, in New Zealand, in some parts of India also. But it is studied as a second language in Pakistan, Nigeria, and Kenya and other countries. We use in Uzbekistan, people learn English as a foreign language. During the years of independence, Uzbek people tried to learn English because our companies and our government tried to be in the middle of the social lifestyle. That's why English helps us to be more closer with developed countries. That's why we use English as a foreign language. And in the world, other countries, if I'm not mistaken, 200 countries now, in these days, nowadays, learn English as a foreign language. So, as I mentioned above, English is an international language, yes. We have our Uzbek version of English. For example, when I'm speaking, I put the accent to the end of the word. But in English, they do not do like that. That's why we should know the types, varieties of English. They are British English, American, Australian, Canadian, Singapore English. For example, if British men say, good afternoon for you, in Australian version, it will be good day. You can see during the conversations, you come across such kind of problems, but it doesn't matter because you know both of them, because you can see both of them in the writings, in the interviews on TV or social media. So there are some examples to the difference between British and American English. For example, the place where people use it to live is given with the word flat in England, in Britain, and with apartment in the USA. Or another word, can, is a tiny metal, small metal dish, is a can in the USA, and a tin in the British English. Or another word which you can see more, which commonly used, candy and sweet. You can use both of them in your speech, but you should know which one is British and which one is American. So candy is a word which is especially used by the US American people, and the sweet is used by Englishmen. So there are other words also, French fries, maybe autumn eraser, cookie, corn, diapers, and try to learn them by heart for not doing any mistakes. There you can see another examples. Try to write them and learn with new words with translation in your native language. So let's speak about our theme now. We should learn why, we should discuss with you why British and American English differ from each other and what kind of words can make them differ from one another. And now we should discuss the theme in a more specific area, in construction. So why do we need to use the difference between British and American English in this field, in construction, in architecture? Because engineers, architects, and contractors from different countries must interpret specifications. And during this process, misunderstandings of terms like scaffold, for example, in the UK, scaffolding in the US, or skip in the UK, dumpster in the US, can make some costly errors. That's why construction officers should pay attention British and American versions of English when doing some contracts. In this list below, you can see the construction material vocabulary with Uzbek translation in American English and British English versions. For example, timber, it will be lumber in American English and can be translated yogach in Uzbek for Uzbek. Or another word, you can see common, cement, concrete, cement or beton. If you are interested in whether your construction material produced in Britain or in America, you can use our list. For example, if the construction material was produced by British companies, they write cement. If they wrote concrete, so in that case, the American people were produced this construction material. So there you can see another list of construction site terms. For example, lorry, truck, yük maşinası. You can use both of them during your speech, but when you are using them, pay attention. Maybe some people, maybe some your cooperators do not know their meaning. I hope you understand this theme, and there is given an exercise for you for checking your knowledge on today's topic. In this exercise, you should match the British term with its American equivalent. It's a vocabulary task. So, for example, during the slides, about slides, we watched with you some examples, yes? For example, flat. Do you remember? The flat was in British word and apartment was in American. I hope you will manage it. If you understand the theme, I am going to give you some questions for preparing, for doing self-study. The first question is, why is it important to understand both British and American terminology in international projects? You should try to find answers to these questions for improving your knowledge in English, especially on this theme, namely British and American English. I hope you like our video lesson now. Today's our lesson is over. Thanks for watching.